right, so I don't really know exactly what I want to say in this video or how I want to do this, but I just wanted to get on here because I put a post up on Instagram yesterday and kind of shared with you guys that I'm going through some stuff, and I just wanted to kind of let you guys know where I'm at, and really more so because I just don't want anybody to ever feel alone if you're going through the same things. We're not all, like, nobody's perfect. You know, we all struggle with stuff from time to time, and just some things have happened recently, and I wanted to share a few of those things with you and kind of let you know where my head's at, where my heart's at, and kind of just what's been going on. So really, for me, many of you have noticed and commented that you don't think I've been myself lately, and I have absolutely been struggling for the last 2 months with anxiety and depression, things that I don't normally struggle with in my life, at least not to this extent. And so it's been very challenging for me, and a lot of that was brought on because, again, something I've not talked about or shared, we had some kind of uncomfortable, scary invasions of privacy happen when we were going through Benjamin's adoption. And in the beginning, kind of like the first few weeks, just some things happened that were very uncomfortable and felt like an invasion. And it really made me, when you're a mom and when you have kids, like, your instincts are to protect your kids. And when you feel like someone is doing anything at all that makes you feel like you can't protect them, or it just really makes you want to leave everything. Like, I wanted to never put up another video again, be totally done. Because that's just how I go into this protective mode. And so instead of, we didn't talk about or share that stuff because we don't like to give attention to those kinds of things and to negative people or people who are trying to just cause harm or do negative things to get attention. And so we just don't give a lot of attention to the negativity and the haters and stuff like that. Those people are just truly, it's hurt people. So we don't give much attention to that kind of stuff. And this was that, but on steroids. And so it just felt very violating. And I just was really struggling, and it's been hard to come out of that. And then, within a few weeks of all that stuff happening, Benjamin got diagnosed with LM and silent reflux. And so he was having these scary episodes of choking and not breathing. And we didn't talk a whole ton about it, but it's just been, it's hard as a parent. It's really hard. It puts you in this constant fight, flight, freeze mode where you just feel like you're always waiting for something bad to happen to your baby. And this weekend, on Saturday morning, I woke up to feed Benjamin, and he had another episode, and it was the worst it's ever been. And I basically had my phone out ready to call 911. He was, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had a child that has these issues, but he basically contorts himself, and he feels like he's going to snap his spine. He twists himself backwards and cocks his head so hard, reverse this way, that it feels like he's going to break his own back or something. And he's choking and he can't get air, and it's just really, really scary. And this episode lasted a lot longer than these other ones have. It was really, really scary. And we are, we are under the care of doctors, and we are moving forward, kind of trying to figure out what's the next best step for him in all of this. But it's just scary. It's really scary. And it was just really very traumatic for him, as well as for me. And the rest of the day, I just felt like I couldn't, I think I just needed to go back to bed. I was so tired and exhausted. So being up all night, with a newborn, and you're kind of sleep deprived there. And then the emotional stuff is also very draining. Especially, I'm a very empathetic person. And so I feel a lot of things, and I feel a lot of other people's feelings. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't sleep peacefully a lot of times because I just tend to wear the weight of the world on my shoulders all the time. And so it just creates an exhaustion, aside from the fact that I have 8 kids and homeschooling and businesses to run and things like that. So I just, I got on Instagram and kind of shared that like I just needed to step back a little bit. I don't know exactly what that means, what that's going to look like. You may not notice any changes as far as like the number of videos. I don't know. This is the holiday season. We have contracts, so I can't just like not put up videos. I can't just take a 2-month break from YouTube or anything. And that's not really what I want to do. I just really want to share with you guys, because again, like you guys are my friends, and that's what it feels like. It feels like we are friends. And so I don't want to carry on pretending like nothing's wrong when there are things that are going on and things that we're struggling with. And I think also that, Benjamin's going through this stuff, and now Amelia's going to have her pre-op appointment. She has to have her hernia surgery, hopefully this month, while Donna's here is when we're trying to get it scheduled for. But, having 2 kids that are kind of going through some stuff, and then, other things that our kids go through that we've never shared about on here and we don't talk about on here. That kind of leads me into the next piece, is that we're not a traditional family channel, and that we share every little bit of our lives or our kids' lives, what's going on with them health-wise and stuff like that. We don't always share everything. In fact, there's a lot of things that y'all don't know. And I don't say that as in like we're keeping all these secrets from you kind of way, but just in a way that's like, I'm their mom and my job is to protect them, and we share our family in a fun and, entertaining, we hope, kind of way that feels comfortable to us, but we're not going to compromise that. So, I know that some people get frustrated because they feel like, they want us to be more of a traditional family channel, and they'll say, why don't you show the kids more? Why don't you? First of all, I want to say that if you go back and look, the history of this channel has always been that it's my channel. It's my take on my life and my family. And so even we've started doing way more vlogs over the last year, and we do consider our content to be family friendly content and family content in a way, but not in the traditional like family vlogger sense. Yeah, it's kind of like our family and our life from my perspective, and from my husband's. He's been vlogging more and being in the videos a lot more than he used to be, and that kind of thing. But it's never going to be you see every single kid for a set amount of time in every video. We don't script things. We don't go around and make sure that we're showing each kid for a certain amount of time. You guys know, if you've been here, we constantly make jokes about that like it's not about screen time. Screen time does not equate to love. It's not that we film what's going on in our life that day. And so if the boys are outside riding their bikes for 4 hours that day with friends and they're not around, then they're not around. I'm not going to go chase them down just to film them so that other people can feel better about their decision whether or not we, the hierarchy of love in our family based on screen time. It's kind of ridiculous. And so that's not something we're ever going to like waver on. So if you're, kind of a person that's really looking for a very traditional family channel where you get these like really in-depth, knowledge of every person in the family and stuff like that, it's not going to happen here. And so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with saying to you, like, if this isn't where you want to be, that's okay. Like, there's lots and lots of channels on YouTube. There are lots of family channels on YouTube, and some really fun and amazing ones to watch if that's what you want. But that's not how we choose to share our family. So anyways, all of that to say, there are lots of things going on that we don't share or talk about, lots of things going on with our kids individually and things like that that just don't ever make it in these videos. And so sometimes that can be hard because people make assumptions not only based on what they see, but what they don't see. And, I've kind of said this before, but like this creator, influencer space and then relationship as a viewer is hard, I think, on both ends, because I'm not sitting here pretending like it's not difficult for you as a viewer. You're expected to infer things that you don't see. You're expected to not make assumptions and stuff like that. I know that that's like human nature, right? Your brain wants to connect dots, and if we don't give you the information, then you're connecting the dots in whatever way your brain decides it wants to. So I get that it's difficult on both ends, but that's just not going to change for us. And I feel like for the most part, 99.9% of y'all understand that. And that, this channel was created and everything I do, from my Instagram to my other channel to this channel, is meant to be a connection point and a community point. Specifically, I create content, for moms. Like, I want, if I'm sharing recipes, if I'm sharing a link to a lipstick or something like that, it's because that's the kind of content that connects me with moms and the moms who watch my videos and the questions that I get asked and that they want to know. Or that you want to know as a mom, So I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea. And I also know that I'm under no delusions that everyone that watches our channel is a mom. But that is the the sort of the pointed area that the content is meant to go to. I watch channels that the content isn't created for me, right? The content isn't created for a 35-year-old stay-at-home mom, but I still watch and enjoy the channel. So I know that there's that crossover, but I also understand when I see something in that video that maybe I don't like or doesn't appeal to me, I also understand that video wasn't created with me in mind. So I think that that's sometimes part of the confusion here too, is that my channel was created and is a community-driven place for moms and for women and things like that. So yeah, I love and appreciate the community that has been built here, and I just feel like I want to be really honest with you guys. It's hard. It's really hard to share like vulnerable parts of your life that people will potentially judge you or scrutinize you for. But I also know that when I posted on Instagram yesterday and said that I was struggling with these things and that I just needed to kind of step back and make sure I was putting my kids first, I got so many, my DMs were just flooded with people not only being kind and encouraging towards me, but also saying like, I'm in the same place, I'm struggling too. They appreciated me sharing that, because sometimes it's hard, as an influencer. A lot of people expect you to put out curated content, right? You're supposed to be the source they can look to for inspiration and encouragement and all of these things. And so for you to come and not be that, for you to come and be like, I'm a mess right now, sometimes feels counterintuitive to the business end of things that I do and that I create. But I also know that that's just real life, and we all go through that. And anybody who says that they don't is just not being honest. So we all go through highs and lows. You simply cannot have the mountaintops without the valley floors. And so I know that me kind of being in a place of just like, yeah, right now I'm just struggling a little bit. I have 8 kids, I have a newborn, I have businesses to run. When you adopt a baby, people don't give you the same break from work and expectation that they do when you give birth, and even that is a struggle in this country. I mean, my sister and I've talked about it on episodes of the Sister Show before and stuff, but the notion that women should pop out a baby and get right back to life is detrimental to mental health. And it's the same for adoption, and arguably in some cases maybe even worse, because people assume because you didn't physically push out a baby that you should be able to just carry on as normal. And so keeping up with people's requests of you and of me in this time has been really difficult. You want to keep people happy, you want to keep the status quo, you want to keep running your businesses and stuff like that, because again, when you're self-employed, if I'm not working, we're not making money. Our family, you know what I mean? Like, we have to put food on the table and clothes on our back and things like that. So I have bills to pay just like everybody else, and I need to work. And so I don't get the same, break from work and stuff. If I maybe was at a traditional job, a 9-to-5 job where I could take time off, it's just not the same. So it's been like, a few days of reprieve when we were, down there and we took custody of him, and, we were kind of like, just kind of hunkering down in a hotel room. Like, there was a few days of reprieve, but then it's like right back to work. And I'm tired. I'm not sleeping well. I have a newborn baby. I also have a newborn baby with some health concerns that are really scary and hard to deal with on a daily basis. It's very mentally draining because it puts, like I said, your body in this like fight, flight, freeze mode all the time. And it's just a challenge. So I guess I'm just coming to you today to share that, like, yeah, I'm human, and content, I haven't been myself lately, and I probably should have spoken up sooner so that it didn't become something where you had to guess what was, wrong. But again, sometimes you don't always, you can't, what is that saying? You can't read the label of the bottle from the inside of the bottle. Like, you can't read the label from the inside of the bottle. Like, that's sometimes it's hard to self-diagnose something. You feel like, am I just being crazy? Like, am I okay? Am I not okay? I don't know. I feel kind of bananas right now. So I just wanted to come and share that I'm in that place right now, and I don't know. I'm not sitting here to tell you like there's not going to be any more videos or whatever. It's not that. You'll probably still see quite a bit of content because again, this is my job and I do still have to continue to put out content. But I just was, I guess, maybe coming hoping for a little bit of grace, a little bit of understanding if things aren't as consistent, or if I'm not putting up as much content, or, you know, the holidays are coming up, and Q4 in the influencer world is our biggest quarter of the year. It's our busiest time of the year. Brands are putting a lot more into their marketing. Their budgets are also bigger, so there's more opportunities and things like that for people. So this is a busy time of year for us. It's kind of like a tax accountant's spring, right? So this is our really busy time of year. So it's not a time of year where I can just say like, oh, I'm just not going to work at all. But I will tell you that I'm learning, and maybe you need to learn this lesson too, so maybe it's good, but I am learning to say no more to things, even if they are good things and even if they are good fits. And I've always tried to say no to anything that didn't feel like a good fit for our channel or for our audience or for you guys. But I feel like even now I'm saying no to things that are good fits just because it's more time that I'm not able to focus on my kids and focus on homeschooling and things like that. So I'm trying to find the balance. As we all know, balance is an illusion. Something will always get more than something else, but prioritizing each day is really important to me, and just kind of figuring out how to keep those priorities juggling in a way that I'm comfortable with. A weird place that I'm in right now, and I just wanted to share that with you in case you're in a weird place right now too. But also just to kind of let you know, like I said, there's stuff going on with the kids and with our family, and some of it we'll share and some of it we won't. I also wanted to make sure that I come on here and say again, like a huge heartfelt thank you to you guys who are so understanding and loving and caring, and you guys are so wonderful, and that's why I love this community so much, and why I want to continue to show up here for this community, because I truly feel like you guys are my friends. And so many of you, like, yeah, I see your regular comments on Instagram, your regular messages and stuff, and I feel like I know you. And then when I meet you guys in public, we meet people all the time. It's like such a crazy small world, but anytime we go to a mall or a place like that, we pretty much always meet one of you guys who watch our videos or follow me on Instagram or something like that. And it's just, it literally lights up my day. To meet you guys, to put faces to the people who are watching these videos, because sometimes it can feel like you're speaking into the abyss, or that the jerks and the crazy people are the loudest, and so you feel like that must be all who's watching, and so you start to almost create content like in this like scared way, you know, like, oh, these are the crazy people that are watching. But meeting you guys always helps me bring my center back. It's like, no, these are the women, these are the people, these people are my friends. Like I know, having met so many of y'all, that like we would be friends in real life if we were neighbors or we lived closer, like we would be friends. And so I just want to always feel like I'm in a place where I can continue to make content for you, for the people that are here for the right reasons and the good reasons, and that enjoy our content. And I'm just very grateful for you guys. So that's kind of, I guess, all I wanted to say today. I don't think I have anything else. I just wanted to, you know, say thank you, and also just kind of let you know where I'm at, and ask for a little bit of grace and understanding if things are a little bit different while I try to kind of get on my feet and figure out what my next steps are, and how I want to deal with my own like mental health and stuff like that. So that's it. That's it for today's video, guys. I know it was like this weird random sit on my bathroom floor and pour my heart out to you, but sometimes that's just what we have to do. I already feel better though. Oddly, I already feel better. I haven't even edited this or uploaded it, but I already feel better just getting it off my chest and saying it out loud and letting you guys know like where my struggles are at, and that I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be, but there's definitely this pressure of not sharing the ugly parts. And so here I am with all my ugly parts. And I appreciate so many of you guys just for being here and loving me back, even when I'm not, in my best place, and I can't put my best foot forward that day. So anyways, I'm starting to get mushy. That's it for this video. I'm gonna go now. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you guys this week. We're not going anywhere, but just wanted to kind of update you as to what's going on. So that's it, y'all. I hope y'all have a great week. I'm sorry I'm starting your Monday off. Hopefully not on a bad note. Hopefully this is more of like a warm hug note, like we all go through this stuff, and this is my little warm hug from me to you. So I'm not trying to start your Monday off on a bad foot, just a huggy, warm huggy foot. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we